Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of the Goes to 11 Vise Squad, brought to you by Sea Run, Fly, and Tackle. I had some camera issues this week, so I'm filming off my phone, so if it's in and out of focus, I apologize in advance. Anyway, this week we're going to tie this little single hook intruder pattern. It's got some Maribou and some rabbit bling strips at the back and a little hackle collar at the front and some other shiny bits in the middle. And what we're going to start with today is a size 2-aught Mustad up eye, single salmon hook, and we're going to start with some 6-aught black Uni Thread right behind the eye. And once we get that wound in there, I'm going to add a medium-sized brass set of cone eyes here, and they're going to be fluorescent pink. Right here. So we're gonna put that right on top. Oopsies. There we go. And we just want to make sure it's sitting right on top and about a set of eye widths behind the eye, more or less. Give us a little room at the front. So we'll do 10 or 12 wraps around that to keep it nice and secure. Then I'm going to wind my way back a little bit, and I am going to add in a piece of mono because we're going to have a rabbit strip tail. If you've seen any of the other videos, this is how we add this in, just to help keep that tail sitting upright and pointing out the back instead of coming forward and wrapping yourself around the hook and fouling. So we'll just wrap that mono down to just ahead of where the barb is. Now I've gone ahead and cut this strip. As always, I cut a V off the front and the back. And I've also poked a hole halfway down already in advance, so to pass the mono through. So I'm going to tie that on the top of the hook there, like so. We'll secure that in really well. And what I'm going to do is take that mono and pass it through the hole that I've already made. And we'll pull it through. And you just want to pull it through and bend it back enough so that that rabbit strip stays up and doesn't kink and look unnatural. So to do that, what I'll do is just bring it forward and put kind of 3 or 4 loosish wraps on there, just so I can adjust it. Too bad. And what we'll do is we'll tie that mono in all the way up to the front. Grab a set of snips here and snip it free. And we'll tie that down. And work our way all the way back to where we tied the rabbit in. And the next material we're going to use is some Aqua Chenille. This is bubblegum color. So we'll take that and tie that in right over top of the rabbit and just kind of tie it in good and secure. Little cleanup wraps on there. I'm going to bring that thread back to about halfway between the tail and the eyes. And then we're going to start wrapping that and making sure that you don't trap any in there, or as little as possible, and just keep wrapping forward. Making sure that those fibers are all pointed backwards. we'll just keep working up to where we left that thread hanging. And when we get there, we'll just tie that in. Reach in there and snip that out. And just a couple cleanup wraps there. Next, we're gonna grab a piece of Maribou. This is a nature spirit Maribou. This is Fish Hunter Spey Maribou, so it's a nice big plume. This is dark turquoise color. And I'm gonna just reach in there at the top end of that plume and just grab the tip. Preen all the rest of it back and then tie that tip in facing forward. I'll wrap back to where that veil chenille ended. And we'll reach in there and grab that tip out of there like so. Now this, I'm gonna wrap that thread probably 2/3 of the way between where the veil chenille ended and the eye is. And then we'll start wrapping that, always making sure you don't trap anything in there. It's kind of wispy stuff and can be a little tricky. But if you take your time, you can get it all kind of pointed the right way without trapping too much in there. I'm gonna wrap that right down to the bottom end. I tore the bottom portion of that off, about the last inch of it or so, because the Maribou just gets real kind of goofy back down there anyway, and it makes it a little easier to tie it in after you don't trap so much of that bottom end stuff in there. And some nice tight wraps there. We'll sneak in there and get rid of that. Next, I'm gonna take a piece of white Maribou. This is off a strung saddle, or a strung Maribou, sorry. And I've done the same thing. I've kind of, I don't know if you can pick that up. I've cleared the bottom end off. I've found it just to make it a little easier when you go to tie it in. So the same, we're just gonna grab the last little bit of the tip of that feather. I'll tie it in. Oopsies. It is quite brittle. Just get our package out here. I'll have one here. And we'll try that again. Reach in there, snip that tip out. There we go. Now we'll just leave our thread forward a little bit so we don't have issues running into it. And we'll start twisting that around again. And we'll tie that stem off. One more up. Like that. And reach in there nice and tight and snip the stem out. And we'll run some thread wraps and kind of clean that all up there. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna grab some dubbing, and I'm gonna make a dubbing ball back here. And the Dubbing, we're going to use this as a Chenille's dubbing. This is Fusion Dub, and it's Midnight color. Kind of a dark bluey black color. So we'll grab a pinch and we'll dub a noodle onto there. And then what we're going to do is just right on where the Maribou is ended, just build a ball up here. Doesn't have to be super tight, doesn't have to be much anything. Just give something this saddle hackle feather we're gonna tie in there to rest against and keep it flared out a little. So the saddle hackle is just a white saddle hackle feather, and I'm just gonna peel it back a little bit and tie the tip in behind the eye like so, and then we'll reach in there and snip the end of that out. Then we'll wind that hackle feather around there, creating kind of a collar behind the eye. And these two, you want to peel them back just to get them kind of all pointed the same way. I'm going to wrap the whole feather. Nice heavy collar on there. I'm going to reach the end. I'm going to tie that guy off. And we'll reach in and snip the stem out. Next I'm going to hold it all backwards and just tie kind of some wraps moving back just to sort of get them all pushed the right way. And it wouldn't be a tying video if we didn't break the thread once, so there we go, that's accomplished. Next we're gonna, once I get this rethreaded and started again, I'm gonna take another pinch of that Fusion Dub and I'm gonna put a bit of dubbing behind the eye. Start our thread over again. And we'll reach in and get rid of those thread ends. Alright. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Okay. Fusion Dub. And we'll just put a, you don't need a whole bunch this time. Just enough to cover the thread wraps up, and we're gonna wrap over top of that the eyes just to hide it all the thread wraps. So a few around there, and then just kind of over something like that, and then we'll end in front. And we'll grab our whip finish tool. I'll do a few turns. So for this week's giveaway, I'm going to point you towards the Goes to 11 store. There was a post about it, I believe, on the Instagram page as well, about something every family should have in their home, just in case. So if you go to the store, in the store, you can find something every family should have, just in case of an emergency or an accident or something to that effect. So if you, whoever can figure that out and answer that, will win a few of these streamers here. Anyway, thanks to Goes to 11 and thanks to C Run, and thanks to you guys for watching. Really appreciate all the likes and the comments. If you want to see more content from us, please hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.